England won the right to host the Hockey Women's World Cup back in November 2013. 4 years, 8 months and 2 weeks later, all the planning and preparation has come to an end because the 14th edition of this prestigious tournament is about to get underway here at the Lee Valley Hockey and Tennis Centre. The competition has been dominated over the last 28 years by just 3 countries. Between them, the Netherlands, Australia and Argentina have contested the last 7 finals. Can anyone break that run? The 36 matches over the next 16 days will answer that question and decide who will be world champions. The opening match of the 2018 Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup is Germany against South Africa. Before unification, West Germany won the tournament twice in 1976 and 1981, but since 1990 their best finish is third, achieved in 1998. South Africa are appearing in their 6th World Cup with a best finish of 7th on debut back in 1998. The competition cannot be won in these early stages, but it could well be lost with a poor start. Something from the opening game is a must for both sides. The teams are out in the middle of the pitch and will have the national anthems as is usual before a hockey international.
Accompanied by the band of the Royal Air Force Regiment. And please remain standing for the national anthem of South Africa.
fantastic view down from the drone. This fantastic stadium, the huge West Stand, top left of your screen there, holding around 5,000 people. And I'm sure come game 2, when England are playing, it is going to be absolutely packed. Germany come into this tournament ranked 6th in the world with over 1,400 caps between the squad. Captain Jana Muller-Wieland is the most experienced with 268 caps. She will lead the team from the back line. In the middle of the park, the likes of Anne Schroeder gives the team a real bite and backbone, while up front, Marie Mavers is the star forward. 56 goals in 189 appearances. The 27-year-old has 2 Olympic campaigns under her belt. As for South Africa, they're the 3rd lowest ranked team in the competition at 14 in the world. But they have nearly 1,800 caps between them, with 4 players accruing over 200 caps each. Shelley Jones, Dirkie Chamberlain, Lisa Dietles and Captain Nicoline Terre-Blanche. At the other end of the experience spectrum, there are the likes of Simone Gauss, Kristen Payton, Marlies von Tinder and Ongi Mali, described by the South African Times as the Ronaldo of South African hockey, who all have under 16 caps each. Well, between the sticks is Phumelela Mbande for South Africa. And based on the world rankings, you expect her to have a busy day between the posts. Made her debut back in 2013 against Chile. She's doing her articles with PwC in South Africa to be a chartered accountant. The last time Germany and South Africa met in the World Cup was back in 1998 in Utrecht. Germany won that one 4-3. And the Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup for 2018 is underway. Germany against South Africa. Germany playing in the all white. From right to left, South Africa in the all green. And alongside me in the commentary box is an Olympian, hockey Olympian, Simon Mason. Simon, good afternoon. And, well, an interesting prospect ahead of us.
Yeah, afternoon, Charlie. Thanks very much. And indeed, an interesting prospect. The Germans with so much World Cup history, the South Africans with little expectation coming into this. We spoke about it before the game began in the programme, but it just means maybe they can play with some freedom and create some early chances.
Well, Germany looking to do the indoor-outdoor World Cup double this year, having won in Berlin earlier in the year in February when they beat the Dutch. And the ball out wide, goes out of play, and Celine Horuz will take the sideline ball. It's slightly top, but it's made its way forward, and nicely under the arm from Mavers. Play on is the call, as battling for the ball is Staffelhorst, but she gives away the free hit. And South Africa just need to look after the ball here if they can.
Yeah, the ball threaded down that left-hand side, was a miss hit, chopped and got some air, but it wasn't considered dangerous by the umpires. It was a great spin inside by Mavers to dump the ball into the circle.
There's Amber Church from New Zealand on the far side, one of the officials, and on the near side, with a large blow of the whistle, is Ayana McLean of Trinidad and Tobago. Ball just inside the Germany half with Nikki Lorenz, who throws the aerial looking for Schroeder. Can't bring it under control from the Germany number 8. Xavier Reckinger, the German coach, capped over 300 times for the Belgian men. Was assistant coach to the German women, but became head coach last year after Yami Mulders left to China. Now here's a chance and an opportunity with Altenberg. Altenberg pulls it back, looking for a foot, but it's defended well. Long corner.
Superb move from Hauke down the right-hand side to let the ball go across her body to create the space into the circle. Really good to let the pass then to Altenberg in the D. Just how the player lets the ball move with them.
Here is Aruz. Just shows a little bit of the ball to Manuel, but Manuel can't get the ball off it, and the ball is behind for a 16.
Here's this ball that comes across the circle, lets it go across her body. Really good use of space, Hauke, to then fire the ball forwards to Altenberg, who looked across the goalkeeper.
Good defensive work. South African captain, Terre Blanche, plays it forward, looking for Jones. And early stages, pretty much what you'd expect. Germany with plenty of possession. Can they convert that possession? There's a lovely ball forward, and here is Staffelhorst. Staffelhorst into the circle, going, tries to lift it over Mbande, but Mbande stayed tall and makes the save with the left shoulder. Good work by Staffelhorst, great work from Mbande.
Staffelhorst picks this beautifully, just tucks it underneath the defender's foot. Absolutely nothing she can do. Great goalkeeping to stay big, takes it high in the body armour, and then in a good position to follow up with a second touch if needed.
So that will do it. World of confidence, get that first save in, and a good save too. Would have been very easy for her to go to ground, and Staffelhorst just to lift it over her.
Yeah, particularly in these early exchanges, the adrenaline is pumping for a competition like that. You get out there and suddenly you find yourself doing something that's not in your normal routine because you feel you have to do something more than usual. Did very, very well, and Mbande just to stay big, create the barrier.
Good work down that far side. Ball with Schroeder. Schroeder cuts back inside. Payton feeds the ball down that right-hand side. Someone's hit the deck. It's Gablak who's on the floor in the centre, but play continues. And Germany trying to find something in that right-hand corner. Staffelhorst again.
Well, already, Charlie, you look how deep South Africa is sitting back towards their own 23-metre line, being forced away now, stepping out slightly, but Germany able to get high possession relatively easily.
Now here is Staffelhorst again, who seems to be everywhere right now, but can't get past Terre Blanche. Rare opportunity perhaps for South Africa to attack down that far side. It's Damon's the captain, who's won a free hit. Possession for South Africa in the Germany half, if only for a few seconds. Hunter with the missed trap, but she gets away with it. Lovely spin from Botez, but almost spinning into trouble. And there's nobody there. That was Amber Church in the black that I think Dietlefs mistook for a South African player. And he picked from Mbande with the right stick hand. Sheldon Rostron in charge since Bonnet resigned in 2014. He was assistant before that. Also doubled up as the men's head coach at the African Hockey Cup of Nations, trying to emulate Carlos Retegui at the last World Cup. The Argentinian managing or coaching both the men and the women of Argentina to bronze in The Hague. What a feat that was.
Physically, if nothing else, he was running flat out between two pitches. We watched him do so as he tried to get from one game to the other when they overlapped.
Yeah, this year the men's and women's World Cup are separate. The men's are in India later in the year, end of November, beginning of December. Space for Krav to run into. Now what can she do here? 5 meters from the circle, gets it into the circle, and Mbande clears well and clears down the side out of the immediate danger zone. Ball comes in again, and is that off the foot? They're appealing for it, and here is the first penalty corner of the competition, and it goes the way of Germany. Good work from Hannah Gablak.
play down the right-hand side. It was the third phase play that got the ball in. It's a great sweep across the body to get the opportunity to go in goal. Suggestion of a little bit of a lift.
Did it come up off the stick? Maybe come off
Hunter's
possibly
stick. An edge. There's an immediate appeal from Germany. Amber Church happy to give that first penalty corner.
Teams do have referrals if they disagree with an umpire's decision. So, who's it going to be at the top of the circle? Goes to the left-hand castle. Flick comes in from Lorenz. Good save from Mbande, and South Africa get it clear. And I'm impressed with Mbande's weight distribution. She's on the front foot, isn't she? She's not leaning back.
Really good, strong saves. The rebound came away a reasonable distance in the end. So Blanche had to help her goalkeeper and charge down the second shot. But absolutely, Mbande with really good energy and strength at the moment.
Wortmann fired across. That's an edge off Théa Blanche, who opts just to let that run out for a long corner.
Here we see that corner defence. The first flick comes in and Mbande's left hand across. Good extension, pushing off the right foot.
Lorenz. Miller Wieland. It's been cut out by her opposite captain, Théa Blanche. And here is Shelley Jones, but she's been dispossessed, and Germany have another free hit. And this is a lot of pressure for South Africa to soak up. 9 minutes of it, essentially, they've been defending.
Well, my fear is South Africa, because they're sitting deep, Germany are able to fire balls towards the top of the circle, and so far the traps for South Africa haven't been that clean. They then turn possession over when the ball's near the top of their D.
So forward come South Africa. Here is Peyton. Théa Blanche almost getting robbed by McKeel. Peyton. Botez, no, Gablak can't quite get the interception. Botez takes the sideline ball. Up it comes from Oroven. And a chance perhaps for Germany to break now. Straight through the middle, that's all too easy for Germany. Into the circle she goes. Here is Gablak onto the reverse stick. And coming across to make the block is Botez, but South Africa parting like the Green Sea.
Germany managed just to run straight down the middle, acceleration past three defenders. I'm not convinced that was the right choice to spin onto the backhand. A touch in field would have given an open shot chance from a better angle, but that's the second or third time that Germany just seemed to have had more raw pace through those midfield running channels.
And that is will be a concern for Sheldon Rostron, the way that nobody made it a challenge. And Germany build again. Spinning is Oruz, who now finds herself on the right-hand side of the park, having started on the left. Ball is too far forward and will be easy collected by Hues.
Good leadership in the South African press. Glasby stepping out down the middle. Players following her, creating opportunity.
Théa Blanche plays it inside, and she wants the return ball, and she gets it. Théa Blanche pulls the trigger for the cross. An opportunity here, perhaps, for South Africa onto the reverse stick. What an important touch that was by Celine Oruz. But what a sucker punch that would have been if South Africa managed to sneak the lead, having been under the cosh for, well, the whole of this first quarter. Good running to keep that ball in play, and suddenly attack into defence. A chance, and Mbande makes a good save, but she could be out of position here. Shot flashed across the face of goal. And the shot came in from McKeel.
What running down the right-hand side to get the ball back in play anyway, and then the ball falling kindly. Good goalkeeping, strong, and then all of a sudden just couldn't get the ball out from underneath her feet. Beautiful under-the-arm pass in the first instance. McKeel there just had to back away. You saw her feet stepping backwards.
Well, it just shows you how quickly defence can turn into attack. Germany under the cosh as Théa Blanche drove into the circle, and then a matter of seconds later, they had second best scoring opportunity. That Back sticks from Duplessis. Right, to the centre of the park it goes. Here is Hauke. Hauke trying to thread the needle and just getting caught out by Simone Gauls.
That's a horrible ball.
Well, it's a lazy pass, and it coming only in the first quarter. You've got to move the feet round, haven't you? Give your teammate a chance. There's Botes with the pass that has now put her team under pressure. Deflected in. Chance here now, and this is going to be 1-0. Turned in by Huss. And Germany have the lead, and you have to say it's been coming. Germany 1, South Africa 0. Nothing that Mbande could do about that one.
Well, the ball in, South Africa after the goal had gone in, contested the height of the ball that came in, but that's calm play. Very, very good. Watch it come through, comes off the goalkeeper now. Goalkeeper attacks, so he steps round and fires in. It's a brilliant finish in the end from Huss.
Also, I like the way she faked right to draw everybody right and then span back the way the ball had come. There's Xavier Reckinger. Only her third international goal. And what a place to score at the opening match of the World Cup.
Really clever, Charlie, as that passage of play, well, half the goal had gone in. Umpire Amber Church was questioned by South Africa about the height, and she very clearly was saying, I've seen it, I didn't think it was dangerous, don't waste your appeal, because it will still go down to my interpretation and danger.
Well, it's been turned over in the centre of the park, and Maver's now attacking. Lovely ball into Stavenhorst. Stavenhorst on the reverse. That's a great piece of defensive work, although the whistle has gone by Erin Hunter.
That's relentless, isn't it, Charlie? Chops down there, that's completely missed the ball as she's gone for the backhand, didn't get hands low enough. Well seen by Church.
Here they come again, inside the final minute of this opening quarter. And I think South Africa will be pretty pleased to get to the break 1 down, because it could have been a lot more.
Yeah, it has been pretty much never-ending German pressure, and they've chased down every ball just moments ago. That right-wing run, the intensity of it, even in this early exchange with the heat that's out there. Great commitment.
So Blanche leaving it for Duplessis. Duplessis gets back inside, gives the ball to Wortmann. Hauke wins the sideline ball, and this will be the last play of the first quarter. Off a South African stick, so they could be in trouble if Stavenhorst could have taken that under control. She can't. There is the quarter time hooter, and Germany have the lead at quarter time. Massive first half pressure, ended up with a goal in the 14th minute. Quarter time score, Germany 1, South Africa 0. Well, Simon, Germany will be happy, I'm guessing, because they're in front, and now they just need to build on this foundation. Let's have a look at the goal again.
Clever movement before it comes into the circle, gets touched across, bounces away. That's the dummy and move to allow Huss the space to go past the goalkeeper. There, really good turn and spin. Defenders completely wrong-footed, the balance was wrong. They will be happy, Charlie. They've built themselves a good platform. They might be a little bit disappointed by not taking more chances, but they're in a good place.
So look at that for a view down from the back cam. Fantastic. Unsurprisingly, lots of home shirts in the crowd. England playing in the second game of the day. But how about that for a stand, Simon? You'd like to walk out in front of that stand, wouldn't you?
Oh, wouldn't I just? I think it's... My very first international was the Champions Trophy in Pakistan in front of 55,000 people, which was about 54,000 than most times I played. But it's that kind of size of stand, the sheer magnitude of it, that creates an energy that you just long for as an athlete.
I'm guessing you'd have had some fences between you and the crowd in Pakistan.
Just a couple.
Okay, Krista, who have you got for us? So, second quarter underway. Lovely 1-2, and it was going to opportunity to release Pieper. He goes against Germany. You hear that? No, they don't agree.
It's that pace of that German midfield. It just feels a little bit like the South African midfield defence is static. When the Germans come forward, it feels like it's just one South African stepping into the tackle as opposed to a line just backing away and creating a little bit more structure.
Blanche, Gavlak will engage. Blanche nicely away to Hunter. Turn inside from Schroeder. And Schroeder nicely done. Muller Wieland. There's just a zip, isn't there, about the German play. Gavlak can't bring it under control. Altenberg with the ball forward. It's all very congested for South Africa as they try and do the 1-2s down this right-hand sideline. It's what, 5 or 6 players in a very small space.
Well, as they try and transfer it out the back, Charlie, they're very deep in the first instance, but the pass from ball carrier to the next phase just appears to be lacking a little bit of thought in terms of what can the receiver actually do with it. The Germans are putting so much pressure. South Africans need to play to a little bit more space.
Here goes Jones, though. Nice run from her. Looking forward for Damons. It's at 16. Plenty of chat going on the South African bench. Duplessis and Rostron. Aerial ball. Well, that's gone against Lorenz, and an opportunity here for South Africa with a free hit outside the Germany circle.
By the hash mark. Yep, right there.
What can they do here? South Africa, nice bit of skill by Payton. Payton into the circle. Took behind for the long corner, coming off Lorenz. Blanche. Didn't go 5. And that's a waste.
It is a waste, but you've got to admire the way that the pace was taken off the ball into the circle. Absolutely agree with the umpire's decision. It hadn't gone that requisite 5, but just the clever under the arm ball, faked for a blasted ball in and then just cushioned it into the top of the circle.
Yeah, just to expand on that, the ball has to move 5 meters under control before being passed into the circle, because obviously it has moved 5 meters before it goes into the circle. It has to be under control for 5 meters before the pass can be given.
And that's the sort of pass I was talking about, Charlie. It's a pass to a teammate who's got 2 opponents around them, and you're asking them to do the really difficult skills in congested positions. So they just need to find a little bit more lateral movement with the ball to just give each other a bit more space.
Well, to be fair, she did incredibly well. But now here's the counter-attack opportunity. Ball up.
What a turn.
To Altenberg. Altenberg looking for the support. Ball across. Gavlak won't get there. But Altenberg showing what she can do. Surely that was a high stick from Botez, taking it off the nose of one of the German players.
I agree it was a high stick, but I think came up off the German stick in the first instance, so some degree of advantage, or you could suggest that it probably should have been blown for danger.
Gavlak, she's missed the ball, but that miss took it onto Terre Blanche's foot. Let's have another look at this, maybe.
This is the turn. As the ball comes forward, it's delightful there. Pulls it back into her feet, allowing herself to swing her hips and accelerate into the space behind the defender.
Bozo's absolutely left for dead. Muller-Wieland. Again, there's so much space down that right-hand side for Germany. Here is a chance for McKeel. She's already got... she already had one shot, and the penalty corner stick check is the call. Amber Churches, well, they can appeal if they want. Referral.
Well, in real time, it looked like, to me, it looked like it was actually a German miss in the middle. There's stick on stick, but in second play, it does look like it's defender Diedliff's in the middle who possibly causes the infringement.
So it's Lorenz and Muller-Wieland at the top of the circle. Number 4, Lorenz, 14, Muller-Wieland, the captain. And the ball goes to Muller-Wieland. No, it doesn't, to Lorenz. That has come off either the goalkeeper's kicker or a defender's stick, yeah. But it's just missed the post.
With everybody going the other way, Charlie has taken a massive deflection. I wasn't convinced that the first ball was stopped outside the circle. There was a little uncertainty, hesitancy in the German attack.
Germany still coming, and they've got the free hit outside, so advantage was played. Nothing came from it. Right in the corner, and it's taken by Pieper. Altenberg trying to get it strong. Oh, some holding there on the ball. Let's have another look at this penalty corner, Simon.
There is the corner out to that right-hand attacking cost. It is the #1 runner. What a reach out to the top. It's so tight on the edge of the D. It's a lovely little handle bunt across to the slip. And the #1 runner gets the touch.
Muller-Wieland.
Charlie, one thing you'd have to wonder what's going through Sheldon Rostron's head at the moment, because the Germans seem to be able to open up that right-hand side attack almost without contest, and whether he needs to think about just changing the line of his defenders, bringing them out across the pitch to make the Germans go left a little bit more.
Teschke trying to find Schoenig. Germany win the free hit. Schoenig will take. Muller-Wieland, captain's armband around her left ankle. Forward by Oruz. Comfortably cut out. Now, is this an opportunity here for Damons? Damons trying to play it forward, but Chamberlain doesn't have the legs to pick that up. Haven't seen too much of the South African captain in this one so far today. There's another lovely turn, this time by Stappenhorst. Stappenhorst still going, driving to the top of the circle. Stappenhorst with the shot in front of the keeper, and going down is Mavers. And nothing coming of it for Germany other than a sideline ball.
Again, Germany opening up the South African defence just with a little change of pace and direction.
Now, here is Glasby. Glasby into the circle, just loses control of it under pressure from Muller-Wieland. Oh, look at that, Simon. 57% of the attacks and circle entries coming down that right-hand side.
And it's just constant when they cut in. There is so it almost feels that they're throwing an extra player down that right-hand side, and the South Africans very much have to offset their defence now. They've got to get a left half and a left midfield out into that defensive channel.
That's straight into the head of Terre Blanche. She was not far away at all. She is going to need that looked at. Can you believe that? I'll tell you what, She is made of tough stuff. Surely she's taken that on the jaw and the ear. And she wants the ball. That hurt. Oh my heavens. Surely, even just for a 30-second inspection by the physio is required. And now she comes off. There must be some sort of rule for possible concussion. She's come off now.
Yeah, you would expect that the medics will have to have a look at that. The ball was hit so hard from so close. It's that backhand that's chopped, that's taken her straight inside the head. You would think that the medics will now review it. There are concussion rules. There's the two English players, Nikki White, Shona McCallum, who are out of this tournament because of concussion issues. So there is very much rules and regulations in place.
Might have just hit the shoulder before the head, but even so. Now down the other end, the shot comes in, and the deflection from Teshka can't be turned in.
There's the ball as it just gets close to that D-line, feds across. It's a back edge to take it away from the goal of Mbande. Look at the height of the German press though, Charlie.
I know, it's a very difficult thing to break down. But credit South Africa, they're trying.
Make sure you give a 5, good now.
Lovely bit of skill from Gals, one of the newcomers into the South African squad. Altenberg drops it off, and here comes Schroeder. Schroeder dispossessed, almost too far in front of Dietlis, but she gets it back under control, beats Teshka, still going, but can't get around Lorenz, but the free hit has been given South Africa. South African way, excuse me.
Well, bit of ping pong up and down the middle, both teams getting involved with one-on-one eliminations, then driving through channels.
Well, Muller-Wieland with the miscontrol. That's a lovely drag. Surely
not a corner?
Maine with a wonderful bit of skill doesn't get the penalty corner. I thought she'd pulled it underneath, and surely there was an obstruction. Maybe it was just too far in front of her.
Well, it felt like it to me, Charlie, absolutely. It was a great little pull back in the circle.
Let's have another look at it. Does she have it under control, or is it too far in front?
That, to me, is absolute obstruction.
Yeah,
That's nailed on corner.
No, that's very unlucky for South Africa. Yeah, you talk about the concussion. As Terre Blanche has gone down the tunnel, it's back to be checked out, and we talk about concussion for those two English players. Shona McCallum, reading an interview with her recently, how it's affected her. I mean, it isn't just a matter of just missing a game of hockey. It's life-changing for her, and if she's watching, obviously we wish her all the best in her recovery from that.
We do indeed. I mean, it's months. Is it a year? I think I read in the report, something like that. It's such a long time from the issue, but yeah, something like that impact starts a process, and the athletes have to be so strong. Shona McCallum coming through.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really tough. I can only imagine, having not been in that position, but from reading that interview, it was. Yeah, we wish her all the best as well, Nick White. Now, South Africa, and here is Ongi Mali. I haven't seen anything of her yet. Green card. That's gone to Altenberg. First green card of the tournament. So, an opportunity here. It's a 2-minute sit down. That's a nice bit of skill, just to relieve the pressure.
Oh, and then dummies inside to create it again.
Oh, she just couldn't find the pass to Gablak Schroeder. And then the foul from her, but that was a wonderful piece of skill. Glazeby fires it across. Muller-Wieland gets it there. Mali gives away the free hit.
Great ball crashed across, and now South Africa is staying high, using that extra player advantage. Pressure on the ball.
Most of changes from Germany, hence why just a bit of time's been taken on the 16. Oh no, bad miss from Wolverhampton. Could have put South Africa on the front foot again. Now they've got to try and break this German press.
South Africa are making it really hard for themselves when they're coming out, because they're popping the ball over flat sticks because Germany are pressing, but in doing so it makes it so difficult to retain possession, get a clean trap, and then get any forward momentum.
Muller Wieland, one touch down the sideline, picked up by McKeel. No, South Africa ball on that far side. There's only 30 seconds or so left of the green card. Just struggling to get out of that, but they're doing very well. They're keeping possession, and in the end, the pressure tells. There is Altenberg back into the fray.
I felt that South Africa obviously just trying to run the clock down to get to half-time with the scoreline what it is, without pushing the ball away.
Well, final 10 seconds then of this half. They put the aerial ball up. Muller Wieland's underneath it. That should be enough, or is there going to be one last chance? Lifted up, dangerous ball. There's the hooter. And South Africa do get to half-time without conceding another goal. Germany have dominated the opening 30 minutes of this first game in the Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup for 2018. The half-time score, Germany 1, South Africa 0. So teams back out on the park, and South Africa under the cosh in the first half. Let's hear from their coach, see what he's going to do in the second half. Let's get over to Krista. So confirmation there. Tao Blanche could be suffering from concussion. And, let's hope that it's not as bad as it possibly might be. Pieper, as Germany start off as they finish the first half on the front foot, takes the deflection off Wolverhampton. Muller Wieland fakes to go left, comes back right. Pieper. Muller Wieland. Pieper on this right-hand side. And almost gets across to intercept.
Well, that's the first time so far this game we've seen Damon's able as a left forward to step out and try and get an interception, deny Germany easy transfer to their right-hand side.
Oh, lovely skill again from Altenberg. She really is quality. And there's the shot, another great save off the helmet, but the deflection is put in. Well, and Bande makes the save with the lid, but the deflection is unkind to her, and Germany double their lead at the start of the second half. Not sure who put it in. It looks like it's Stappenhorst who's getting the congratulations.
Well, the ball gets fired. It's a lovely turn, a dump under the arm. Right, absolutely high shoulder save in the end, but what a great finish. Really alert on that post. Great dribble inside out and then fired under the arm. Then the spin and the dump pass underneath to the penalty spot. It falls kindly for Aruz, who puts it into the goalkeeper for the first chance, and then Stappenhorst with a relatively straightforward finish.
So Germany 2, South Africa 0. Stappenhorst with the second goal. Schooled in England, Stappenhorst at Repton College, along with the likes of Georgie Twiggs, Susie Gilbert, Ellie Watton and Joey Lee and Shona McCallan. Player down injured as the ball comes into the German circle. Ball taken quickly, and Jones she was hoping for a penalty corner, doesn't get it.
At the finest of margins, the tackle was just fractionally outside the D, not 7 or 8 yards outside the dotted line, right on the edge it was. And the judge is pointing. As always, there's not enough rotation on that ball into the circle. Really difficult to rotate the body round with the ball on the end of the stick to just get it under the arm, because it's already rolling away towards the baseline.
Still just the two penalty corners in the contest. Germany bring the ball forward once more, cut out by Jones.
Jones with no help around her and trying to dump the ball back to fullbacks, causing Rolleran to sprint back to her own baseline, putting a teammate under pressure, but she just had no passing options. There was no movement around her.
5 is good. Here we go.
Sideline ball, aerial thrown. Olivier will comfortably bring that under control. Time to turn, look up, pick a pass. Lorenz will spin it out to that left-hand side. Here is Teschke. Mavers. Lorenz. People wants down this right-hand flank. Muller-Wieland will now deliver. One touch to Stappenhorst. They've been doing that all day down this right-hand side. Stappenhorst, lovely skill, comes back inside. Feeds it into the circle. Shot comes in. And, well, Stappenhorst almost picking up another rebound.
Charlie's textbook down the right-hand side. It's that first-time pass that then gives Stappenhorst the opportunity. Lovely little shot underneath, and Stappenhorst picks it off the keeper. Their back foot, that squeeze shot. Goalkeeper does well to even see it through the crowd of players. And Stappenhorst getting a very sharp rebound.
Altenberg under the shoulder to Hauke, to Stappenhorst. It's gone against the Germany's second goal scorer.
You just have to look how fast the Germans collect and then move the ball on. There's an understanding about positional play and awareness of each other.
As Mavers spins and gives the ball away. Chamberlain. There's Clayton. It's just onto the stick of Lorenz. And here we go again, Altenberg. And there's been a change on that far hand side. Gablak is trying to get on turns. Altenberg is going to go alone. Altenberg, great defending in the end from Botes.
I was absolutely convinced that Botes had been outrun, but that last reaching tackle was brilliant. Great balance and poise to get the reach as the acceleration was going away from her.
Botes was a late replacement at the Commonwealth Games for South Africa. Had some time in England playing for Holcomb. Nice pace from Pieper. Schroeder. Schroeder seems to be in quite a good mood today. Never frightened of telling her teammates what she thinks. But it's a few smiles from her today, but she's playing beautifully at the moment.
Yeah, she is, but I have to say, you're absolutely right, Charlie. If it's a bad day for her or her team, there's no fear to certainly make it known. Sometimes to her own detriment, she loses a little bit of focus, you feel, whereas when she plays well, with the fluidity she can show, she's brilliant.
The Rens dropping it out. Here's the Pipa.
Play.
Benitez with half a chance.
Play,
Oh, here's
play,
another
play.
chance. Gablag!
No,
She wants the penalty corner. And Jones runs it out of play, but they're threatening for another goal. Well, she got the referral if she wants.
Well, South African player Botas is down. I think she took the ball on the back of her hand. There's a big smash on a finger or a thumb. Blood injury
There's
there.
Jones. It's Jones. Shelley Jones. No. Get it. It's Hunter. Sorry.
It was a big hit. It was the ball as it got pumped in. It was just at the back foot. It squeezed up off the turf and just took it on the back of her thumb finger.
Lovely pass. And Germany in round the back here. Pipa. Ball into the centre. Not much pace on the clearance. And it falls to Chamberlain.
Look how high the Germans are. They're back two with 10 yards inside the opponent's half. Sorry, it's the shot underneath. That's there, sliding up the stick, cracked onto those leading fingers.
Hey, sideline! Sideline!
That's very painful. Here comes Mali.
Outside! Outside!
She's going to take the free sideline ball herself. Spinning away is Payton. Gowes. Another South African departs down the tunnel. Just wouldn't get out from underneath the feet for Gowes. Forward from Deedless. Payton. Sideline ball, South Africa.
The first touch from Kristen Payton in midfield. As you lead back towards the ball, if you can just deflect it one way or the other, then your run can get the right space.
Jones to Mali. Mali can't get round Teshka. Teshka brings it away, runs it out of play. So Jones with the sideline ball. Teshka puts it behind for a long.
That's inside, just inside.
Right on the edge of the circle. First penalty got of South Africa. They're questioning Amber Church.
There's no doubt that it hit her foot inside the circle or even up onto her own knee. It doesn't really matter, but the question was it? I don't even know what the question was. I can't see what it would have been.
So here's a chance. For South Africa. The top of the circle. Number 19, Duplessis. Number 29, Laisby. A whole host of them up there, in fact. Number 13 is taking it deep. Yes! Scores!
They're going to go to referral because is that the backboard or is that the stanchion? Everybody went up in the first instance, but that came out so quickly. It's hit something pretty solid, but this is an umpire referral.
So Amber Church just wants to make sure. Germany seem to be happy. Germany are walking out. Let's have a look. Was it outside the circle?
So we'll be happy with this. Goes into the head of the stick. That's close, but I don't think this was what Amber Church was asking about. Is this slap slapped in? What it hits? Does that hit sideboard and across? If they're happy with the ball going outside, it has to be crossing the goal line at the height of the backboard. That is the rule. It's not.
Does it make it outside? That's bit further. If he goes back further, there. That's outside.
I think that's outside.
That's outside, isn't it? Well, who knows? Kel Metchin is in the video referral.
But you can't see what it hits. It goes across the goal line. That's the point. We haven't got a camera that goes across the goal lines. Did it hit top edge of the backboard and then fire across?
Well, this might help us.
It's the first point of contact. Where's that?
Now,
just
can we rock and roll on that? Let's see.
No problem.
Oh,
there it is, just inside the post, isn't it? It's the edge inside the post, I think. There. That point of contact.
It rolls. It looks like it rolls along the top of the board. Rolls along the top of the backboard, hits the stanchion, and then flies across.
But because of how close to the post it is when it first hits, you could suggest that the height is okay. This is a matter. There's 3 or 4 variables within this. South Africa convinced they're scored.
Okay.
So if there's no
we've got a
clear
decision.
reason to change.
Laureen Delforge in the box. Gives the goal, and South Africa are back in this one. The penalty corner from Dietlefs. Well, you can't refer a referral. Well, there you go. Well, the goal stands, and South Africa back in it with 5.5 to play in this third quarter. Germany 2, South Africa 1. Just goes to show, if you dominate a game, you've always got to get that second goal, because something like that can happen.
Indeed, it was such a soft penalty corner for the Germans to give away. It was uncontested ball into the circle. It just takes that back foot. Suddenly, South Africa with a little bit of belief and a little bit of momentum they've created.
Hauke, the sideline ball. Oh, Hauke's been taken down there by Duplessis. Shake of the head. Oh, I can't believe Hauke doesn't get something for that.
Well, I'd say his first question for our umpire friends who sometimes communicate with us: does the free hit on the sideline have to be on the sideline if it's outside the pitch? Because her check on that ball was definitely outside the pitch.
On the reverse, stick shot comes in, and Bande equal to it. Good work from Muller-Wieland. Just had to check the skipper up from the back. Gets the shot away, and Bande does well.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Chops under the ball, opens the face to get the lift. Keep it on Bande with that big left-hand pad.
Jones wins the free hit. Waters for Gals. Now a chance here for Duplessis. Schroeder gives away the free hit. Payton. And South Africa perhaps might just play with a little bit more confidence now. Payton can turn. And support to her right if she wants with Jones, but Jones can't keep it in. Quickly taken, the miscontrol from Schroeder almost worked out.
You've got to hope South Africa that extra bit of confidence they may have translates into moving the ball on quicker. I just feel that when they get the ball, they carry it for a fraction too long through 1 or 2 areas so they can get intercepted or tackled. Get it and give it, get it and give it.
Payton. Sort of hook that. So it's going to be Germany ball. Lorenz will take. Muller-Wieland. And on it goes to Stappenhorst. Nice turn from Stappenhorst. Lovely ball. Taschke at the top of the circle. Taschke pulls the trigger, and it's deflected wide by Mavers. Well, neither of them got hold of it. Teshka, you'd expect to hit the target, she didn't, and then Mavers couldn't deflect it in.
Lovely ball across. Teshka just tops it horribly. Mavers trying to get on top of it as a defender bailed out left to the goalkeeper. It's an ugly hit down into the turf to get the lift, and then Mavers off the goalkeeper. Did that get a touch in front of her?
Here they come again. Altenberg can't keep it in play. Strapped up finger for Erin Hunter. Not 5 by Duplessis. Lorenz. Muller Wieland. Comes.
Well, Germany able to go to a wide back three and then miss somebody out to get the ball down the right-hand side. The South Africans are sitting deep.
Hauke chops it back, looking for Lorenz. And he put it onto the stick of Gals. Gals gets it strong. Hauke comes back to make the challenge. 50 seconds to call. Duplessis. It's going to be a long 35 seconds if she tries to run the clock down there. So trying to bring it away.
It's a huge stick tackle.
Is Gals, and a chance here perhaps? No, swept away by Glazeby at just the right moment.
Absolutely vital tackle because the Germans taking advantage of that.
Lovely ball by Chamberlain, and a chance here perhaps. Manuel can't keep it in. Sheldon Rostron, I think, will be slightly happier with the way his charges have gone about this third quarter, especially as they went 2 down early in it. But 2 goals in the third period, 1 for Germany, 1 for South Africa, means that this opening game of the Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup is still in the balance. Germany lead it 2-1.
Gets them back in touch and just goes to show that if they can create just a couple of instances of forward momentum and possession, they can get somewhere.
Let's have a look at the second goal then from Stappenhorst.
That lovely roll passed in that the goalkeeper gets the touch and then it just drops down for Stappenhorst to finish. Is this ball into the penalty spot that falls kindly for Germany? Good goalkeeping, big goalkeeping. The dribble in the first instance though was beautiful to create the space for the initial pass and then a relatively straightforward finish.
So that made it 2-0 on 32 minutes, and then in 40 minutes we had to go upstairs to check this went in, but along the top of the backboard onto the stanchion and across the goal. So we thought whether if this went outside, it did just leave. Okay, it stopped on the circle but it had left, and then as we see it will roll along the top of the backboard, hits the stanchion back left and flies across.
It was the open hands on the slap that just made the face open and gets the lift, but Dietloff's very hard slap.
Okay, let's get down onto the pitch. Krista has got Sheldon Rostron.
I'm back with Sheldon again. 2-0 down first into that last third quarter, and then you managed to get 2-1 back. It was 1 corner. Is that all we need again in this next quarter, and what's the tactics to get these girls going?
Yeah, I think we definitely like to have a little bit more. Just again, trying to focus on the quality of what we're doing so we can get forward and hopefully maybe get another PC.
Okay, thanks so much and best of luck.
Can they find another PC? That is the question. Final quarter of the opening match in this Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup. And Germany looking for a third goal, battling. Altenberg wins the penalty corner. Going to get a challenge, going upstairs, a referral.
I blew the corner for the stick tackle before, and they're asking for a foot. Can you check for me, please? 3 foot. Thank you.
So, a clear question. given for the stick tackle. South Africa convinced they saw a foot.
That lovely little first time touch into the circle. Was there a foot in there? We're going to have to go a lot closer to see. The ball doesn't fall kindly for South Africa. There is a stick check there as the last action, but does this hit a foot in the build-up play?
Doesn't look like it. Well, if it does,
see a foot there.
Not from that angle. Here we go. Let's have another look here.
That's the lovely little touch-in deflection. From the other angle, that part of it looked clean. Is there a foot in the build-up here anywhere? No, that's the stick tackle that was blown for the corner.
Oh, there's a foot there.
But it was after the stick tackle. That's the issue. The umpire clearly said she gave the stick tackle first. So that's the stick tackle that was given.
And then there's the foot.
My gut feel is this will stay as a corner.
Or does she get the ball? Or does Botez get the ball? Does Botez get the ball and then the stick?
On that replay, Charlie, it suggests that she does.
Okay.
So Delforge comes down on the side of South Africa, and they keep their referral. But it's such a quick game. You need that referral to watch it in slow motion.
You have to. It's so fast. I mean, I've said that was probably a corner, and then you picked out that it's a little touch on the ball first before the tackle.
But it's only the other angle that gave us that option.
Yeah, and you've got an umpire on the spot who's expected to make that decision right in the moment whilst the athletes are running around at full pace. So, system to go upstairs with Hawkeye to have a look.
Good tackle from Altenberg. She wants a third goal here for her country, and the ball back misses two players in white, picked up by the third one, who is Grab. Grab pulls the trigger, and I think that was off the defender's stick, actually. The keeper, Mbande, was behind and had it covered.
South Africa in defending narrow the top of their D, are then being exploited down the flanks, and then when they get pulled out to the flanks, Germany finding the top of the circle.
Pieper still going. Lovely work from Cecile Pieper. And Mbande again with an excellent save. She really has had a good game, the South African keeper.
She's been their standout player, hasn't she, I feel, today. Again, round the back. Great running from Pieper. Umpire right on top of it, saying the ball was in good extended left leg as she drove her hips to the ground to create the barrier.
Botez trying to work it down that right-hand side. Pressure coming from McKeel. And gives away the free hit.
That's the lack of precision that occasionally the South Africans have shown either in the trap or the pass, that just gives their opponents that opportunity to exert forward pressure, to step out in the belief they can intercept anything.
Lorenz. Chamberlain trying to make a mistake. There's Gablak. Gablak wins the free hit off Gals, still going Gablak. Here is Grab trying to find Stappenhorst on this right-hand side. Here now, here is Pieper. And Jones. In fact, it's Hunter who's back on after the smash on that right hand. You can see the finger next to her thumb, heavily strapped.
Well, fair play to come back into the fray, having taken that hit and having to go down the tunnel with the doctor.
Lorenz. Germany would like just one more goal because for all their dominance, 2-1 is a bit nervy.
Particularly the chance they had all the way back in that first quarter.
Well, England, the hosts, are arriving. And they're up next against India. It's going to be a long corner. Keeper. Muller-Wieland fires it across, and the touch was not enough from McKeel. Teshka.
It's so daunting as a fullback to see a full court press 5 yards in front of you when you're only 2 yards off your own baseline, knowing that the team, your opponent, feels so confident that you can't outlet over distance. You don't have that 40-yard overhead to find space. What do you then do with the ball?
Schoenig. Teshka. Oh, poor ball by Teshka, but Chamberlain couldn't bring it under control, so it does make its way to Pieper.
Yeah, watch it.
Lorenz, still going Lorenz. So to get the free hit.
Well, because the South African defence is being forced so deep, when Germany have the ball and carry it forwards, they're having to accelerate from static positions, which means they can just get run through the gaps. So hard to defend against.
Free hit to South Africa. Just over 9 minutes on this opening match of the Women's World Cup remaining. Germany, who have dominated this contest to this point by 2-1. Excellent performance in the first quarter by Mbande in the South African goal, keeping it to only 1 goal, just 1 goal in the first half.
Good step up in the heart of the German defence. Midfield zone had been created, and then all of a sudden it allows your fullback, your sweeper, to step forward to create that extra man, extra player. Muller-Wieland doing exactly that.
Good reach from McKeel, but eventually it comes to Germany. Teshka, Stappenhorst. Stappenhorst going round the outside, still going Stappenhorst. And just touched out of play by the defender, who was Dietlefs. Long corner.
Dietlefs showing the importance of just doing that extra little bit of defensive running, as Stappenhorst just turned on the afterburners around the outside with the extended left hand. Dietlefs knew that she couldn't reach in, had to really run at the same pace, just a jab tackle.
Oh, they're in here. Germany, ball bag, touched. But off the foot of Stappenhorst. But it was some run from Schoenig.
On this side.
It's fabulous, the space that the Germans are creating. They're able to get down. It's always training ground exercises as they play it back and look to sweep it in to the goalkeeper. It was blown for a foot, but in the slow-mo looked like a stick. Look at that, they've circle penetrations, 35 for the Germans, with 19 shots compared to the sole 2 chances for South Africa.
Hauke driving, called back, and Bande's there again. Altenberg wanted the free hit. He's wanted again off Manuel, in fact off Main, sorry. Hunter, Main. Oh, the roll inside was there earlier on. It was just one of too many touches. Payton was there. Hauke.
Watch your hands.
Looking for Altenberg, didn't quite come to it because there again was Botez, who's had an excellent game in defence for South Africa. She's been excellent, and Banday's been very good. Ball forward, Altenberg straight through the middle, Altenberg, and Banday makes the save. And Altenberg wants a penalty corner. We're going upstairs.
It certainly looked like it to me in real time, the first tackle. The first tackle wasn't pretty. It looked like it could have easily been backstick or a stick tackle in the build-up. Looks like it's completely missed the ball in the first instance. Chasing defender coming back. The ball in down the middle to Altenberg's under control. That to me is an offence in the circle, backstick, or even just the tackle across the shin pads could be considered
your pick.
to be yeah, there's 2 or 3 in there for a corner. Wow, it's been upgraded to a penalty stroke, never mind a penalty corner. That's been perceived to be a deliberate offence in the circle. So rather than just being the penalty corner, that's been upgraded to a penalty stroke.
Well, it was a pretty ugly tackle, to be fair, and it denied Altenberg a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and they're making a substitution here. Stappenhorst goes off to allow Husa to come on.
Say that again? Yeah.
So Husa up against Banday. And Banday goes the wrong way. Husa has her second goal of the competition, and Germany lead by 3-1. She started the scoring, she might well have finished the scoring.
It's an easy finish down low to the goalkeeper's left. The jumping up and down, she sets herself, and then the weight goes right. You can see it fractionally before the ball goes down to her left foot. It's a good finish. That's the tackle that's perceived to be deliberate, a deliberate offence.
Simone Gals with it. So Husa makes it 3-1, the 54th minute. No less than Germany deserves, given their attacking prowess and dominance of this game. But just felt South Africa had been hanging on in there.
It was exactly that, Charlie, wasn't it? It was hanging on. If the first quarter German dominance turned into goals, they could have been on a 3 or 4 deficit, the South Africans.
Duplessis on the reverse, and a first touch for Judah Chipka between the posts for Germany.
That was a good reverse stick cross in. Quite often we're critical of those running reverse stick crosses because they get lifted so often, very difficult to execute. Done very well.
The forehand, Duplessis this time can't get it past the first line of German defence.
Well, that's harsh, because that's good chasing defence from Hunter. Erin Hunter, aware of where the ball is going to go, and just try to accelerate at the same time as Orus.
There's a lot of people not 5 there.
It's a big call of no from the crowd behind us as that came down. So I thought the German player was in space in the first moment. The defender then stepped up, but so difficult to call in real time because you've got to see where it's lifted from. Is there danger at that point?
Good speed around the outside. Oh, the ball into the face of Lorenz. Another one. It's a high attritional game, this one.
I think this gets a second edge as it gets in, I think it pops off the top of your stick possibly. As Gowes comes in. Yeah, forearm to nose. Ouch.
Well, Simon, I'm going to have to come to you in a couple of moments for a player of the match. So thinking cap on, but that's okay.
Yeah, there's a number of good candidates to go through.
Well, we've got time.
Well, it's the right-hand side attack that the Germans have had all the way through. So Pieper's been outstanding, Altenberg, Stappenhorst. It's that German midfield attack, really. Obviously, a contender for South Africa, and Banday's got to be in the mix for the number of touches that she's had. So, possible options in the last couple of minutes, if we can roll through. I could call in a couple of minutes' time.
Schroeder.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done so much, but Bota's particularly, it's been the tackling, defensive tackling. When she's had the ball in the end of a stick, I don't think it's been quite as precise as it needed to be.
Good work on the edge of the circle by Schroeder. Here goes Stappenhorst. Good left-handed skill. Leaves it for Schroeder. Schroeder's just going to take the pace out of the attack. So it's just a little slip. 2 goals for the Germany number 25. 19th cap. 4 goals now for her country.
Great spin out on that left-hand side from Schroeder, one way then the other, tormenting South African defence.
Oruz with the one touch. Here is Altenberg. Back to Oruz. Doesn't quite come off for Germany. Occasion another player getting a head injury. Oh, a good skill from Graf. Back across! And missed on the far post by Mavers.
How has that not gone? The Germans again, training ground exercise, baseline pullback. Takes a tiny defensive touch in front to just give the skip. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Gal's missed it.
Just missed.
And Mavers has put it over the bar. Dropped out by Pieper. Schroeder showing her skill once more. Tackled by Jones.
Just with a little more care in their pass and pace through midfield.
So Simon, next break in play. We'll go for your player of the match.
Well, for me, the 2 favourites were Altenberg and Stappenhorst for Germany, but I think Altenhorst just faded away a little bit through the 3rd quarter. So for me, the player of the match for this one will be German number 12, Charlotte Stappenhorst.
Yeah, congratulations to her. Now, a bit of defending to be done. For Germany right now. Foot, penalty corner, playing the ball off the whistle and gone. She can look as perplexed as she likes, but I think she knew what she was doing.
Certainly seemed that way. There was a definite delay after the whistle before the ball was touched, Charlie, wasn't there?
It was Husa who does it. Watch here. Whistle goes. Then to stop them taking the quick free hit. Thank you very much.
Moving it away from the point of foul. So South Africans, they've had 1 penalty corner, they're 1 from 1. They're going to get turned over if they don't run. They got, what, 1 second? None. It's going to be a green card, unfortunately. They didn't make it within the time limit.
So, Gals now has to run. Hunter with the green card. So she'll take no more part in this game. 2 minutes left on the clock. D-list again, that the ball out was too slow, and the number 1 runner gets it. Play on, and there's a break on here. Graf Stappenhorst, far post as she can find it. Graf drives. Graf onto the reverse stick. Oh, it's a little bit slow from Graf, and then it's fired across the face of goal, and no one was committing on the back post.
Well, the counter-attack, Graf needed to dump it underarm then. She's just gone too wide. Now the whole thing's slowed down and she had to go herself. The initial pass should have been under the arm to create the width and the space into the circle.
Stappenhorst. Free hit, Germany on that far side. And the world number 6 going to open their account with a win here. Marley, lovely interception. Still going, Marley. Cuts back inside Lorenz and wins the free hit. Simon, just quickly, your thoughts on this opening contest of the World Cup?
I think the Germans have shown tactical superiority. They know where the opportunities were, the spaces that existed on the pitch to play down that right-hand side consistently. They didn't get bored. The South Africans showed a degree of naivety. We're not forcing the Germans to different spaces, but they've got some options, South Africa. They've got some individual skill, but they need a little more precision if they're going to get much out of this World Cup.
Anita Bob's there. Another player on the park who's played some hockey in England, Holcomb. Schroeder to Stappenhorst. Stappenhorst under the arm to Altenberg, and Bande with the dummy does well. There is the final hooter, and it's Germany who opened their 2018 Vitality Hockey Women's World Cup with a win. Smiles all round for Xavier Reckinger. Muller-Wieland will be delighted. Stappenhorst, player of the match, with 2 goals for number 25, Victoria Husa, 1 for Stappenhorst, and for South Africa, Dietlis with a penalty corner. Full time in the opening match, Germany 3, South Africa 1. So, a great performance from Germany, and no surprise, they are top of Pool C, a pool that also contains Argentina and Spain, and they will be in action tomorrow, Argentina and Spain, 1 o'clock local time here in London. A really good performance by Germany, dominant from start to finish. And here are today's fixtures. Next up, England against India. And then in the second session on day 1, United States of America and Ireland, who are in the same group as England and India. And then we round off the opening day with Australia up against Japan. Right, let's get down onto the pitch, get some post-match reaction with Krista Cullen.
Absolutely, and here's Victoria, goal scorer of 2 of the goals. It must be really nice to get off the blocks and get a win under your belts.
Yeah, it was so nice to score, and in this atmosphere, it's awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely, and from a tactical perspective, you know, did you go out there and execute how you wanted to? You got in the circle a lot. You know, are you converting enough to take on the Argentinians?
Oh, well, we want to prepare there and want to do this again, and yeah, I'm excited to play against them, and yeah, it's not my job normally, but I want to go, and then I saw it and yeah, score a goal, so that's awesome.
Absolutely, and finally, you know, taking on, you're getting 2 goals, getting off the mark, and now what are your ambitions for this group?
Well, we want to think from game to game, and yeah, we will see what comes next, and yeah, enjoy this atmosphere, and yeah.
Perfect, thank you so much.